Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Forza 6 with another Autocross Car build, and my vehicle today is the Honda NSX. I've got a pretty good track record with NSX. Is certainly my A-Class car of choice on Forza 4 was an NSX. I had a very fast A-Class one on Horizon 2. If in doubt, when building a car for kind of B, A-Class, an NSX is a really good choice of car. These things tend to be pretty damn good. So, when it comes to autocross, I'm expecting good things from the Honda. I'm hoping we can perhaps challenge the BAC. Admittedly, I do not have quite as much PI to play around with as I did with the Mazda. So the first thing we're going to try and do, let's get some race tyres on the car. The BAC Mono doesn't come with race tyres. I believe from standard it has sport tyres. Admittedly, there is still a huge amount of grip in the Mono, of course, being so incredibly light. However, that does mean that we may stand a little bit of a chance with some of these cars. We can also get some lovely sized tyres on the NSX. 315s on the rear looks good to me, and 255s on the front. I am hoping we can have plenty of grip from the Honda. We will. Do we still? In the Forza games of old, certainly in 4, when you went to put the race wing on the NSXs, it put like the normal Forza kind of spoiler on top of the rear wing, so it looked very silly. Now it's just a sensible kind of lip spoiler. That's disappointing. I wanted all of the silly rear wings. Never mind. Okay, and we'll go for a front diffuser as well. It looks very sensible. Damn it. Slightly disappointed. What engine? I'm not going to change the engine on this. We're not going to have the PI to anyway. I'm just curious, what options do we have? V10 and the V8. Okay. Yeah, fairly sensible options for the NSX. Do we want aspiration? We probably won't. We probably won't be using many power parts by the time I'm done with this car, because I will want to be taking the weight out of it. Again, we want to be getting as many handling parts in this car as we can. So of course we'll be having race suspension. We'll go with race front and rear anti-roll bars when we get through the menus. Or nope, Forza's having a slow day today, it seems. We'll go with a roll cage as well. We'll add a little bit of weight. It wasn't too much though, and full-on weight reduction down to £2,500, about £1,000 heavier than the BAC Mono. What was the MX-5? About 2,000. It's still heavier than the cars we've raced around. Actually, the weight reduction really doesn't drop that much out of it. Okay, I mean, we're still likely to have a very, very good handling car, though. That is the important thing. Important thing here, we'll stick this on. It's just it doesn't add anything to the PI, so it may as well do it. Now here is the question: we probably do want a race gearbox. Now, are we going to want a race clutch potentially? It does add 5 PI. I kind of want to. What we're going to save the driveline. We'll come back to it because we're likely to. Or if I can build this, so we've got like a couple of PI left or 1 PI left, we'll come back and stick in the race driveline. Exhaust, always my first upgrade I do when it comes to the engines. It drops a fair amount of weight out of it as well, so it always seems like a decent one to me. Not very much PI to play around with now at all. We can get 17 horsepower out of that. What about this? 16? We can't get that one in. What about valves? Can we get any more? No, that's only 13 out of you. I doubt we're going to get that in. Nope, we're not. When I think about it, can we get a supercharger in? Probably not. The choice is we can get 30 horsepower by adding a supercharger. We will add some weight. However, I'm going to take off a fair bit of that weight using the driveline, and the driveline only hopefully dropping 1 or 2. I'm going to go for a centrifugal supercharger? I think that's a good call. We'll supercharge it. Still under 2,500. Okay. I'll do that. I'm pleased with that option, and now we will stick in the. Perfect. We're sticking the driveline. Okay, we don't quite get it down to as much weight as it was before the supercharger, but we had got a lot more power, because we were looking at 17 horsepower with the engine parts. That one was 30, but a bit of weight. I will just see if, in case, we can sneak a flywheel in. Sometimes you can get away. I doubt if we could with this, but there we go. NSX, actually pretty pleased with how this car has turned out. 340 horsepower, decent power, decent torque. Nice and light, not as light as the MX-5 or the Mono. However, I'm hoping we're going to have some really good grip. Hoping we're going to have plenty of stability as well in the car, so we could be very, very fast. Okay, we are here at Hockenheim, ready for my 3 attempts that I will get with the NSX to try and beat our current leader, the BAC Mono, that is a time of 2 minutes 7.7. That is our goal with the NSX. I think it stands a chance of certainly getting close. That is, I'm really hoping we have lots of lovely grip and that the back end of the car stays nice and plant. I think with the size tyres and race tyres we've got on this, with the relatively lowish horsepower, I think we should probably be okay with the NSX. Let's see how do we fare through these first couple of gates. I'm liking it. I am liking it indeed. Alright, let's get you stopped through here and then fire it out the other side. Yeah, it's got lots of grip. The NSX has got an awful lot of grip. In fact, how fast dare we be? Oh! We dare be very fast through there, and then remember to get on the brakes quite quick because we're suddenly going an awful lot faster than you were expecting. The NSX is good! The NSX is very good. This is a ridiculous... Look at the grip! The back is absolutely perfect for my driving style. The back end does not want to step out of line whatsoever. I'm assuming we'll be flat out through here, no problems. Oh, we actually got a little bit of understeer. We carried so much speed that I didn't quite get the line right through there. It should be flat out through there if I don't turn in too late. There is so much grip in the NSX. I think I may have found my new A-Class car, certainly for tight and twisty tracks. I've been using a Daytona lately, but this may replace it for the tight twisty stuff, because this is just perfect. That is a corner we've had real oversteer issues on some cars. The NSX, boot it, absolutely fine. The back end does not move around whatsoever. Right, get on the brakes, sort it out through here. And again, we're straight on the power, no oversteer. Okay, we've got a tiny... we got a tiny twitch. That was enough at just the wrong point. Okay, next time around, I will have to be wary of that one there. I got cocky. I got cocky with the Honda and thought I could do things a little bit silly on that one, but never mind. I mean, we're certainly on target. If we with that 5-second gate penalty, I think we're looking pretty good with the NXX. Oh, I butchered that there completely. Honestly, it's not quite as quick as I thought. Okay. Yeah, we have. Or maybe I might have hit 2 gates, perhaps. In that, I was going to say, maybe I hit 2 gates on my way through that section with the twitch. That is possible. It is a glorious car to drive. Yeah, just made a small mistake with it. Right, attempt number 2. Be brave with the NSX because it can carry a silly amount of speed through some of these. Just be aware when you push it really hard. Yeah, but you can still get yourself in trouble. Even with a car that handles as well as this, you know, you can still get yourself in a little bit of trouble when you're trying to take really high speeds through sections. I think, yeah, we can get the tiniest bit of wheel spin because we're on cold tyres through that bit up there. Right, we're going to have a tiniest of lift and then go. Ooh, got it again. I think I may have pushed it a little bit. We pushed it a little hard through there. I think perhaps 4th gear was actually better just to settle the car. I left it in 3rd on that bit there. Didn't quite work as neatly. You get such a lovely line through there and point the car out the other side. And then slow down through here. And again, oh, that was close. But you can get away with doing these kind of things with the NSX. I really like this car. I really do like the NSX. We've got it slowed down again through this section. This is another bit. We're seeing cars having oversteer issues through here. Honda, absolutely none. We do have to remember to get it neater through there, which I was this time around, which I'm happy about. And then this is a bit of a tight corner that we are coming up to. Yeah, we can go through here, no problem. I can never decide if I want 2nd or 1st through there. 2nd seems to do the trick. Yeah, it works for me. Otherwise, you end up having to change up from 1st to 2nd at that corner, and that's often what causes some of the oversteer issues. Right, I've run in a bit too deep through there, but I have recovered it. Okay, don't get a twitch this time around through there, which is always helpful. And yeah, now just breaking it down to here. We don't perhaps quite have the brakes that we got in the MX-5. That is the one thing. I mean, I much prefer the way that this car drives. It really suits my driving style. However, I will admit we do not quite have the braking ability, the braking capacity in this car as we do in the MX-5 and the mono. It's just that little bit heavier. I've run in too deep through there as well. I have recovered it to an extent through there with a bit of a wiggle. What is going to be 2090 for the Honda? Oh, bugger. That's not quite what I was expecting. That to be a bit quicker. I was expecting that to be a bit faster. We got 2 seconds to find. Okay, third and final attempt for the Honda. It's not quite 2 seconds actually, it's more about a second and a half that I could do with finding if I want to beat the BAC. Am I going to be able to find that though? Maybe if we don't have the big slide through the first of the fast gates. Don't know. We'll certainly give it a damn good shot though. It is an absolutely lovely car to drive. I'm taking a very tight line through there. We'll see if that one works. Yeah, it's here that I got myself into a little bit of trouble. Right, let's put it up into fourth. Yeah, that worked better. That definitely worked better through there. Right, slow down through there. It's so tempting to try and get greedy. So when you've got that second to find, it's so tempting to just try and push the car that little bit harder. But we've still got to get it through the gates. Dear God, that was close. That one there, I really thought I'd buggered it up, but we got away with it. I'm actually not sure I got that. It was okay. Right, now let's take this flat out. I know the NSX can do it. We're 113 miles an hour on an autocross course. Sure. This is quite. There are certainly a couple of bits on here that are really quite fast for autocross. I don't remember any of the autocrosses on previous Forza games being quite that quick in some places. Oh, I may have overshot that ever so slightly. You can kind of get away with it, but that's slightly less than ideal. Oh God, that was close again. Just trying to get this power down, trying to get the speed out of the NSX, driving slightly ragged, which is not a good idea. We will have to tone that down ever so slightly. I'm out a little bit wide through there, which is not good. Right car, don't get a twitch. I don't know why we got a twitch the first time through there. It feels really fast, this car. I got to say, it feels faster than the. I think it does. It feels faster than the MX-5 and the mono, but I'm not sure we are actually going faster. In all honesty, it feels much neater, much more planted through these gates and so on. This run here, I think, is on for a good one though. Get it slowed down for this corner. Now, don't do what I did last time. Actually, try and be neat through this section. I think this section could have cost me a little bit. Right, we should be good to go now. Run to the line. Come on, NSX. You can do it. 2083. 2083 from the Honda. It's yeah, it's half a second, 0.6 of a second down on the mono, and that actually surprises me. I'm slightly disappointed about the time. In all honesty, the car is amazing. This is definitely my new A-class car for tight and twisty tracks. That is just fantastic to drive. Absolutely perfectly suits my driving style. However, I thought that final run was really good. I was really pushing it on some of those gates. I don't think I could get the car through any quicker on some of them. I mean, there was maybe at one place I was slightly, and we're only talking ever so slightly out. I mean, the MX-5 and the monos runs weren't sort of, absolutely impeccable. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, the NSX has confused me. It drives amazing. It's by far the nicest driving autocross car that I've had, but it only goes into third. And I'm not quite sure where that time goes. I'm a little bit disappointed for the NSX because it is such a nice driving car. Maybe it is a combination of it's perhaps not quite as good on the brakes as the mono, as the MX-5. It is that little bit. I mean, it's 1,000 pounds heavier than the mono. Perhaps we don't quite have the acceleration. We may be slightly more powerful than the MX-5, but it's not by a huge amount. And we're 500 pounds heavier almost than the MX-5. So perhaps combine them two, despite the fantastic handling of the Honda. Yeah, it's just that little bit down on them. But it is an incredible car, no doubt about it. With this build on it, it is just the nicest car to drive I think you could ever want for. Fantastic vehicle, just not quite as fast around the autocross course. Well, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.